Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is happening on Detroit's east side, where a school bus has crashed into the side of a duplex.
They're just starting to pull the bus away. This is happening on Charles Street in Spalding, not far from Mound Road.
Yeah, we've learned the 56-year-old driver in this case of that bus had to be taken to the hospital.
As we get started with Local 4 News at 5, let's get right out to Tim Pamplin, who's live at the scene. Tim.
Yeah, Devin, this is a horrific scene. If you're a parent of a child at the Oakland International Academy down in Hamtramck on the Hamtramck-Detroit border, 20 of their students were on the usual route home tonight when, as you say, the bus driver lost control, crashed into this house here. I'm being told nobody was inside that home, and all 20 students on board that bus got out okay. They got out the back, and they were safe. The bus driver, like you say, was taken to the hospital. He's in serious condition. I just spoke to a couple of the administrators from the school standing over here. They're saying they're grateful that the children obviously are safe and well. The driver they're praying for, and it's just the investigation just begun. We're not sure how it happened, if they got cut off, but Detroit police are on the scene conducting their investigation. But again, 20 young school children injured, safe tonight. Bus driver injured after their school bus careens into this house on Detroit's east side. Back to you guys in the studio.
Clearly could have been so much worse. We'll continue to follow that. All right, thanks, Tim.
Breaking right now in Romulus. Chaos in the classroom.
Oh, let me go get security.
An all-out brawl breaks out inside a classroom as punches fly and students scream.
And one student involved in that brawl late this afternoon at Romulus High School had to be taken to the hospital.
Let's get right out to Mara McDonald, who is live there with, have we figured out what set all this off yet, Mara?
Well, Devin, according to the students, it all started with a slap. Let me take you through it.
One of the students pulled out their phone and recorded the whole thing and sent it to virtually everybody in the school. On it, you see two students completely out of control. The students tell me the kid getting beat up was picking on another smaller student, and another classmate didn't like it and intervened. Students tell me this kind of behavior is fairly standard.
I didn't think of nothing as a big deal because stuff like this happens all the time. So I didn't think of it as anything out of the ordinary.
In addition to blurring faces in the video, we're also cleaning up the audio because the students are hurling racial slurs at each other. Some of the kids tell me this kind of behavior does make them afraid to go to school, but not all.
I think it all depends who you hang out with and who you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with good people, I don't think anything bad will happen to you.
Back here live, according to the kids here at Romulus High School, the student who had to be taken to the hospital was taken because when he was getting beat up in that video that you see, he got shoved into a piece of equipment that had a really rough edge on it, and it carved up his leg and the top of his foot. So that's why he was transported. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Mara, anything from the school district itself yet?
Not yet. I called the superintendent this afternoon, but that call has not yet been immediately returned. Back to you.
All right, Mara.
Developing this evening, Detroit police need your help locating a man accused of setting a home on fire on the city's west side. They have surveillance video of the incident. It happened on Mansfield Street around 2:30 a.m. back on February 21st. The suspect starts a fire in the back of the house, then comes around to the front door and sets the rest of the house on fire with a suspected firebomb. Thankfully, the 70-year-old woman who was in the home was not injured. DPD is looking for Donovan Lyles, who they suspect is the man caught in the video. A warrant is out for his arrest. A Grand Blanc Township hypnotherapist charged with sex assault on a patient.
The Genesee County prosecutor says John Tomlinson sexually assaulted a woman and choked her in the middle of what was supposed to be a hypnotherapy session. We bring in Sean Lay, who's been looking into whether Tomlinson has been in trouble with the law before. Sean?
Here's Tomlinson now. Let me explain the charges. Charged with sex assault, that's the #1 charge. #2, suffocation or strangulation for allegedly putting his hand over his patient's mouth to prevent her from screaming, and then trying to also pull her back into the office as she was trying to run away. The allegations are incredibly alarming. John G. Tomlinson says he's a doctor and on his website claims with hypnotherapy, he can help people who truly have nowhere else to turn for pain, weight loss. He says he can free people from serious addictions. A woman coming to his Grand Blanc office in April was in pain and needed help. In the middle of her session, she came to and says Tomlinson was sexually assaulting her.
During this appointment, she was placed in some kind of a semi-conscious state, during which she felt something occur that she felt was out of the ordinary.
The woman screamed. Chaos in the office erupted.
She basically fell out of the room, stumbled out the door, all the while screaming.
There's more. 3 other women have complained that they too were assaulted by Tomlinson. 2 of those cases found not to be criminal in nature. 1 case was dismissed. The details of this latest case is so disturbing. The fear is dozens of patients could have fallen victim to Tomlinson while they've been under hypnosis.
We would really want those individuals to come forward and tell us what may have happened to them so that we can fully investigate any other allegations that may come up as a result of this brave woman coming forward and telling what has happened to her.
And there's more on top of that. Now, Grand Blanc police say they're going to keep an eye on Tomlinson. He made bond today, $25,000 bond. So he is out. The judge gave no restrictions about him, preventing him from practicing. So they say he could go right back to work. That's why they need to keep an eye on him while this case works its way through the legal system. Back to you.
All right, Sean. A Detroit police officer continues to fight for his life.
The officer, of course, was shot in the head Sunday night by a gunman on Detroit's west side. The suspect in the case was shot and killed by officers. The injured officer, though, remains in grave condition and in a medically induced coma. Doctors continue to try to ease the swelling in his brain. Chief Craig spoke about his officer's actions in that situation.
I reflect on this most recent shooting incident. It is clear to me that both officers had a fraction of a second to make a decision to survive. And making that decision to survive meant using deadly force. Our officers don't wake up in the morning wanting to use deadly force.
7 Detroit police officers have been shot in the last 8 months.
Detroit police officers came together this morning for an interfaith memorial service, and as hearts on the force remain heavy, today served as a time for prayer and to come together. Nick Monticelli was there.
All of these were great events, the march, the mass, the memorial car, but all of it is forcing these officers to lean on each other and stick together because officers keep getting shot. When you talk to police officers about their jobs, you'll often hear the word camaraderie. Well, this is what that looks like.
Our officers work in one of the most challenging environments of any place in America. And this is not just about our Detroit police officers. This is about American police officers that fight the good fight to keep our communities safe across this nation.
Today, hundreds of Detroit officers marched from campus marches through Greektown.
I got the team down here for us to help us. Lord have mercy, help us.
To Old St. Mary's Church. But before Mass began,
and what a tribute,
an unveiling of their memorial car, a 2013 Dodge Challenger, honoring officers who sacrificed it all.
This touches me more than anything we've done.
The car did not cost a penny. It came through a drug seizure and all the lighting and graphics were donated. But as the Mass began, it's clear that through all of this, there is still a somber tone. One of their own was shot just days ago.
Robert Condo.
And unfortunately, the list of those fallen continues to grow.
Well, not only do we have the officers here, we have the families of the fallen officers here.
So the next time you talk to an officer and they bring up camaraderie, remember that's through the good times and the bad.
Every chance we get, even on the street, in the store, anywhere, we remind our officers that they matter and that we're here for them.
At Old St. Mary's Church in Greektown, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick. Well, it is so beautiful outside today that Ben isn't with us in here. Had to get out.
You got a great assignment. He's out on the weather patio tonight. Ben, enjoy it while it lasts because this isn't going to last very long. We've got some rain on the way.
I love you guys, but I cut bait just as soon as I possibly can to get out here.
You don't love
But man, the sunshine looks fantastic, but you're right. It is not going to last We're pretty much on the last legs of that. Temperatures outside better than what we saw yesterday. We're seeing those numbers hanging around 60, a lot of upper 50s with just a little bit of a light breeze. And as we go through the overnight hours, temperatures falling into the 40s. And just about 6 a.m. we start seeing that rain push into our south zone. And once it's here, it is going to be here for a while. We're looking at multiple inches of rain for a 3-day stretch. So get prepared for a washout as we go into the weekend. And I'm going to break every TV rule in the book and put the shades on air, because who knows how much longer we're going to get to use these things, guys.
You're going to look that good, you can break all the rules, I think.
So.
Looking sharp. Coming up, we've got a stranger danger alert to tell you about in Southfield.
The very specific thing police say they're looking for after a teen girl was approached.
Also, we've got a brand new twist in the female genital mutilation case. What lawyers for one of the doctors charged are now claiming that could send this case in an entirely new direction. Jason.
A mother whose 16-year-old son was murdered by his own uncle has her day in court.
My baby, oh my only baby, what do I have right now?
Coming up, what that mother plans to do every year on the killer's birthday.
All right, Jason, that's coming up. And we continue to follow the breaking news from Detroit's east side, where a school bus crashed into the side of a duplex. This is on Charles Street, not far from Mound Road. The 56-year-old driver is hospitalized in serious condition. An update here from our Tim Pamplin on the scene. We have now learned all 20 children on board the bus are okay. 3 students were taken to the hospital, but that was just so that they could have supervision until their parents were able to come pick them up. Tim remains on the scene. We'll bring you new developments both on air and on clickondetroit.com.
Tonight on New at 6.
Only on Local 4, the commander of the Wayne County Sheriff's Reserve Division. He's off the job tonight. He was in court today for what went wrong at his other job. We've got the exclusive details.
Okay, Sean, plus newly uncovered emails from within Macomb County government reveal the friction between clerk Karen Spranger and other officials. New at 6, what Spranger is trying to stop that has her colleagues so upset.
All right, now here at 5, this is Freeland Pridgeon. Last November, Freeland was shot and killed during an argument.
And it was his uncle, James Graham, who pulled the trigger. Today, Graham learned just how long he'll spend behind bars. But before that happened, his mother tearfully described the extreme pain she still goes through. Jason Colthorpe followed this story when it first broke. He joins us live. Jason, I can imagine it was a very emotional courtroom today.
Incredibly, and it was a totally silent courtroom as she did this, just adding to it. And when we covered this story originally, Kim, the one thing I learned from friends and family, and probably the thing that breaks your heart most about this, is Freeland wasn't just a good kid and a good student, but his mother really protected him. Maybe was a little overprotective at times and didn't want him to be out on the street anywhere or be the kid that ended up at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's why she's so heartbroken that he died in what was supposed to be a safe place.
My only son. My only son.
An emotional speech that Lena Pridgeon has waited 159 days to deliver to the judge that would sentence James Graham, the man that killed her son Freeland.
Graham picked a gun up and killed my 16-year-old baby. And I tell my son every day, Your Honor, it's supposed to be 2 safe havens, and that's home and grandmama's. So if my son wasn't safe at grandmama's house, Your Honor, and to Mr. Graham, where is my son safe at? I need to know, where is my son safe at?
Graham's attorney told the judge he was sorry for an argument that got out of control the day after Thanksgiving last year at the boy's grandmother's house on Ward. Family says it began over food, and eventually Graham got a shotgun from another room and shot Freeland in the head. Through his attorney, Graham said he loved his nephew, but that fell on deaf ears.
I'm not mad, but I'm hurt. I will never forgive Mr. Graham for this in my life.
In the end, the judge sentenced Graham to 18 years in prison. Ms. Pridgeon also made a promise to the court and to Graham, whose birthday is August 11th, one day before Freeland's birthday would have been. She said she's going to send him a card every year wishing him a happy birthday in prison and let him know, reminding him what he did. Devin, Kim, back to you.
All right, Jason. Let's turn our attention to Washington. FBI Director James Comey was in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today.
He was testifying before the Senate during an oversight hearing of the FBI. Comey addressed the Clinton email probe, standing by his controversial decision to reopen the Bureau's investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server just days before the election.
This was terrible. It makes me mildly nauseous to think that we might have had some impact on the election, but honestly, it wouldn't change the decision.
Intelligence apparatus.
Well, Comey also said Russia, to this day, is actively involved in trying to influence U.S. politics, emboldened after the outcome of last year's election.
Actively to this day. Interesting. Well, Campus Martius is turning its ice rink into a sandy beach once again.
This is always so fun. The beach and lawn area at Campus Martius opened today, complete with chairs, as you see there, provided by IKEA. You can now sink your toes into the sand right in the heart of downtown Detroit. The beach will be open daily from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Also look out for downtown street eats food vendors from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on weekdays.
I thought Shades Bailey here might head on down that way.
I know, Shades Bailey.
Pretty cool there, yeah.
Well, thank you. I just want to know if we have to take our Allen wrench down there to Campus Martius, put all that together.
I think the chairs are all together.
Perfect.
I think, as near as I can tell.
We like that.
Yeah.
It's going to get wet down there.
Yeah.
And pretty much all over the place.
Better enjoy it just the next couple hours.
Today.
Right?
Yeah, it's fading quickly. Let's take a look now at Comerica Park, where if you've got tickets to tonight's game, it's definitely going to feel a lot different than it did last night. The winds aren't quite as brisk. And we're also going to see temperatures that are about 10 degrees cooler than what we saw last night. And, of course, plenty of sunshine out there until that sun sets. Once it does, the clouds start to stack up. And that's where things get dicey as we get into tomorrow especially, and then eventually on down to the start of the weekend. So 42 tonight's what we're going for a low. We'll see 42 at our metro zone. Some spots will be in the upper 30s, but the clouds will be increasing through the night and the wind still remaining on the light side. Rain doesn't arrive until we get closer to daybreak tomorrow. It's going to start in our south zone and advance to the north. And once it does, it is going to be setting up shop for a while. You see, we've got rain in every day part, and I don't think we're going to see an appreciable dry patch through the day. If it does, it's going to last for more than 10-15 minutes. 10 to 20 mile-an-hour winds tomorrow out of the northeast, and notice we're not getting to 50 for high temperatures either Thursday or Friday. Slowly starting to come up as we get into the weekend. So that's the 3-day stretch we're looking at with rain. And we've kind of got a couple snowflakes possibly mixed in there on Saturday. I mean, when we start out with 38 and still have that moisture, that's what we're banking on. It is not going to accumulate, but you may see a few flakes mixed in. Sunday, we'll start to re-dry out, if that's a good way to put it. Partly cloudy skies in 55, and then we'll finally get to average by the time we get into Tuesday of next week, 67 on the high side.
It's been a while since we've got to average.
Yeah, we're celebrating that. It's been so cool lately, but 1 to 3 inches of rain is what we're expecting over this 3-day stretch.
Yep. Okay. Let's check in with the good doctor. Hi, Doc.
Hey there. You know, when a woman gets the news that they have breast cancer, they're forced to make a whirlwind of decisions. Coming up, the critical information they may not be receiving.
All right, Doc, but first, it was the traffic ticket that made national headlines. Now, a young man's battle to warm up his car is leading to changes in Lansing. We'll explain that next.
Coming up tomorrow on Local 4 News Today, May is here, and so are new ways to save. So we're going to reveal the best and worst items to buy this month. The Help Me Hank Consumer Alert ahead at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Plus, Cinco de Mayo crafts you can do with your kids. That's Thrifty Thursday at 5:50.
Plus, weather and traffic always on the 4s. Detroit mornings start here from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
See you in the morning.
Mr. Rufus. Waiting in the house while heating up your vehicle on a cold day could soon be legal here in Michigan.
Yeah, that's after the House approved a bill Tuesday to amend the law by a vote of 77 to 30. The bill was prompted by the case of Nick Taylor from Roseville. You might remember he was given a $128 ticket back in January for leaving his car unattended in his driveway while it warmed up. The bill now goes to the Senate for consideration. On
Detroit's west side, northbound M10 at Wyoming, back open. It was closed earlier because of this crash. You see 2 cars rolled over on the freeway. It appears at least 3 vehicles were actually involved originally, but still awaiting word as to whether anyone was hurt.
All right, now to a Local 4 update this evening. The third victim in a 9-car pileup on US 23 in Green Oak Township has died. 25-year-old Sarah Miller of Milford died Tuesday at the University of Michigan Hospital in Ann Arbor. Her 51-year-old fiance was one of 2 people also killed in the April 23rd crash. Police said it happened when a driver in a semi failed to stop as he approached standstill traffic in a construction zone. The investigation continues. Well, for the first time ever, Comerica Park will be switching out baseballs for soccer balls.
Exciting round of news here today. Officials announced a professional soccer match will be held at the home of the Tigers. It'll be July 10th. European soccer clubs PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and AS Roma will play each other at Comerica. First match of the 2017 International Champions Cup. Chris Illich says the game will bring a ton of attention to Detroit, putting the city on a worldwide stage.
Before our eyes, right now, Detroit is becoming the greatest sports and entertainment town in America.
Fans can get their tickets for the game starting on May 16th.
New at 5:30.
The countdown is on. The Ford fireworks right around the corner, and we've got a big announcement about this year's big show.
Is there new life for President Trump's health care plan? Well, a new amendment could be a game changer.
And a brand new twist in the female genital mutilation case. What lawyers for one of the doctors charged now claims that could turn the entire case on its head.
It's dinner live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
They won't be getting out anytime soon. A federal judge says a doctor and his wife charged in the female genital mutilation case will stay in jail. And that certainly wasn't the only thing we learned in court today.
Nope. Topping our news at 5:30, lawyers for Dr. Fakhruddin Attar and his wife Farida also made brand new claims in the case and who they think is to blame. Rod Maloney was in court for this, and Rod, a lot of finger pointing went on today.
Yeah, absolutely, Devin. In fact, the Attars were willing to say that it was Dr. Jumana Nargawala who was actually doing these medical procedures in the clinic that they own, and that they didn't have much to do with it. But then again, the defense was claiming that this is a long-standing religious ceremony, and that they're also looking to perhaps say that this could be a religious persecution. Dr. Fakhruddin Attar wore an orange Sanilac County Jail jumpsuit with his kufi in a court today. His wife Farida, who was a PhD, wore an orange and white striped Livingston County jumpsuit and headscarf. The magistrate entered not guilty pleas for them both, and then a detention hearing began. The feds made their case by acknowledging they set up a full-scale surveillance on the Doctors Burhani Medical Clinic in Livonia after receiving a tip about female genital mutilation. They even installed a live camera on a telephone pole outside the clinic. Inside, they say for the past 12 years, Dr. Attar allowed his clinics to host FGM procedures done by Dr. Jumana Nargawala and assisted by Attar's wife. That they phoned and texted each other, telling each other to deny any FGM and plot strategy. The feds say that one of the children picked Mrs. Attar and Dr. Nargawala out of a picture lineup, and one of the girls admitted she screamed in pain and was told to be quiet about her so-called girls' weekend. The defense showed the surveillance pictures are too grainy to truly show who was at the clinic, where and when, and said that Dr. Attar wasn't at the clinic the night the 2 Minnesota girls were there in February. He never participated in any of the procedures he always believed were not FGM because the religious standards had changed in 2005, and what was really going on in the clinic was a religious ceremony that only involved women. So this hearing went on for a couple of hours, and there was much back and forth between the feds and the defense. And the defense did make that mention about the possibility that this is a religious persecution and that male circumcision is okay, but that this is a Muslim ceremony and that they felt that this is a problem. The judge said, you're going to need to take that up with the trial judge, and then ordered the Attars held without bond until that hearing. Back to you. In fact, let's talk about that decision and what the judge had to say about keeping them in jail until trial, Rod. Well, one of the things she said was that there is nothing in the Christian practice that is against the law, and circumcision isn't against the law for males, and so she said that didn't wash. And she said a number of other things and felt that the Attars had sufficient means to be able to leave the country and family and friends over in India, and that she felt that it was too much danger to the community and also the possibility of flight, that she said we have to hold them until the trial, which is likely to start this summer, but chances are it'll get delayed until long after that.
They'll be held until then. All right, Rod.
A stranger danger alert tonight in Southfield. Police tell us a 16-year-old girl was offered cash for sex by a driver while she was walking along on Evergreen Road near Midway Street. This happened Tuesday morning. The girl refused. The suspect drove off. That suspect, we're being told, was driving a newer black four-door sedan with silver handles. Call police if you have any new information. Republicans say they are getting closer to repealing and replacing Obamacare.
President Trump reportedly spent last night working the phones. Today, converted a couple of key lawmakers standing in the way of the bill, and that includes Michigan Congressman Fred Upton. Blaine Alexander has more on a new amendment and how it may move the House closer to a vote. Blaine.
Well, Devin, the White House says President Trump is not forcing a health care vote and says GOP leaders will only go when they feel they can win.
Today, new life for health care reform. Two key Republicans announced they have flipped to a yes after an Oval Office meeting with President Trump.
I read him back his statement where he said that this bill would be just as strong on pre-existing illnesses as Obamacare. I want him to keep that pledge.
Congressman Fred Upton offered the amendment that could be a game changer, setting aside $8 billion to ease insurance costs for those with pre-existing conditions. Democrats say that's not enough.
Will make it impossible for millions of Americans to afford the health coverage they desperately need. This is deadly. This is deadly.
The bill would dismantle Obamacare, but Republican supporters promised to keep the most popular parts.
Coverage for people up age 26 on their parents' plan, check. No discrimination based on gender, check.
Meanwhile, another House floor debate, the spending bill.
There is a lot in this bill that brings us together.
A bill with support from both sides, now more contentious after the president tweeted a shutdown may be a good option to bring Congress together.
We don't need a good shutdown. We need a good leader.
This is a good deal, a great deal for the president. He got $21 billion in military funding.
Working together to keep the government open while still arguing over which side got the best of the deal.
And keep in mind, this is just the House debate. Once either bill passes this chamber, it will face a whole new battle in the Senate. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine, now to good health. 250,000 women in the U.S. each year receive the devastating news that they have breast cancer.
In the whirlwind that follows, they are forced to make a lot of very difficult decisions. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with a new study that finds some women really aren't getting all the information they need. Right, Doc?
That's exactly it, Devin and Sandra. You know, in fact, deciding on a course of treatment, of course, comes first. But new research suggests when a mastectomy is the decision, more than half of women are not fully informed about their choices for breast reconstruction. Cindy Carnahan was looking forward to retiring when she found out the breast cancer she beat 3 years ago was back. After having a mastectomy, she felt overwhelmed by the options for breast reconstruction.
I went home with a book. They gave me this binder of all the different kinds of procedures, the pros, the cons, you know, what to expect.
Cindy's not alone. In a new study, plastic surgeon Dr. Clara Lee tested patients' knowledge of surgery options, then evaluated their goals by asking to rate the importance of things like appearance, recovery time, and number of surgeries.
We put the goals part and the knowledge part together, and we looked at how many women actually were knowledgeable and made a decision that fit their goals.
The study found 57% of women didn't make high-quality decisions about reconstruction, defined as knowledgeable decisions that matched their goals, and just 14% understood the risk of surgical complications. Lee says it's important for women to seek out sufficient information.
You want to know the facts. You want to know that you made a decision that fit with what's important with you.
Cindy ultimately opted for reconstruction and is entering retirement cancer-free.
It'll be like I never had the cancer, and I can go on just like I did before and feel really good about myself and my body and my future.
Now, Dr. Lee is working on a project to help train surgeons to inquire about the personal preferences of their patients regarding breast reconstruction. Now, also an important reminder, we are just a week and a half away from this year's Race for the Cure. It's going to be Saturday, May 13th, and our Local 4 News team will be there reporting live starting at 6 a.m., and we hope to see you there too.
I was just saying, it feels like there are maybe more decisions to be made because we have so much more information. I mean, things like the BRCA gene, understanding what you might have, all these different things, but it means more decisions to be made, isn't it? More complex.
It's definitely more complex, and there's more for women to have to absorb, and we really want to make sure that they get the fullest picture. And really, you got to remember, if a mastectomy is chosen, the next step is what to do after that, and oftentimes the after that is what doesn't get taken into account.
Right, information is so key here in making these decisions. All right, thanks, Doc.
Well, hard to believe it. We are less than 2 months away. I mean, here we're waiting for it to get a little warmer too. But we're less than 2 months away from this year's big Ford fireworks show. There's our countdown clock, 54 days before the oohs and ahs.
And Ben is out on the weather patio right now with someone pretty special, some special guests who have a very big announcement for us today. Hey, Ben.
Guys, can you believe it? Less than 60 days. And of course, these two picked the best day of the week to come talk about the Ford fireworks with Tony Michaels from the Parade Company, Jim Vella from Ford Motor Company Fun. Guys, it's almost here.
It's almost here. It really is. It's exciting. It really is.
And the theme this year is?
Detroit right now. It's so fitting to what's happening in this city. And it's companies like Ford that do so much in this city and help the Parade Company be able to put this on. And we're urging people, come down, and this is going to be the best Ford fireworks you've ever seen in Detroit.
And Jim, I know you and Ford have been a huge part of the fireworks for years now. Tell us about what Ford has coming up.
Well, so we're building on what Tony's doing with the fireworks and everything right on the riverfront. We're going to have a flyover for the Yankee Air Museum, free passes for the first folks on Belle Isle. We're going to have a party in Hart Plaza that we're going to help throw down there. Students down on the riverfront that we're going to bring in from some of the schools so that they can participate as well. Lots going on, and it's going to be a great night, and we're going to have great weather just like we do tonight.
Absolutely.
It's in the contract.
Yeah, I think I put my name on that somewhere. Now, Tony, we started last year. We moved the time back to what, 9:45?
Last year was 9:45.
And years before we've been at 10, and this year you kind of Goldilocks it right in the middle.
Yeah, we're getting a little more darkness, so we're going to go 9:55 this year. 9:55.
You still have some of the dusk, but it's not completely dark.
Yeah, not completely, but dark enough to make it look spectacular.
And they've looked fantastic over the last couple of years. I know folks have been seeing some of the video of years past. What else can folks look forward to when they come down to the riverfront this year?
I'll tell you what, it will be, and we've said this, it will be the best show that they've ever seen. One of the best in the country, it will, without question.
Does this sound familiar?
That's have we done this before?
That sounds like a guarantee.
It sounds like a guarantee in the contract.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're less than 60 days away. Tony and Jim, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for
we
having
can't
us
wait, guys. Back to you.
Just like thinking about how warm it'll be by then.
30 degrees warmer, please.
That's exactly right. We'll be there before you know it. All right, Ben. Well, he was the last dog left in the shelter until a local celebrity stepped in.
Coming up here new at 5:30, we're going to tell you who adopted this special guy named Eastwood.
Great name. Also, he was almost out of time. Incredible police body camera video captures an amazing rescue as a young child begins to drown. Kim?
Well, it's a brand new video game designed to help young girls avoid a major pitfall. I'll show you what it does and how it works. That's coming up next.
Ball side win. New at 6.
It's annoying, it's a nuisance, it's also a potential danger. Hundreds of feet of cable line just left in the lawn of a commerceman's home. And get this, he wasn't even the customer. Now Help Me Hank comes to the rescue.
Plus the hidden benefit you might be getting from yoga that could really pay off as you get older.
Well, all any of us wanted to do in school was to fit in and feel accepted. It's a big part of growing up. Some parents worry, though, that leads to bad behavior.
Our Kimberly Gill is here now, back with a video game and how it could give young girls the power to try to say no.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting, guys. The professor at the University of Miami is following girls from 7th to 9th grade, and she wants to see if playing a video game can empower these girls to stand up to peer pressure. Indira Singh was a bundle of nerves starting middle school.
Because it was a big change. My elementary school was a very small school compared to the school I'm going to now.
Indira's mom worried about peer pressure overwhelming her 12-year-old daughter.
She's so open to everybody and is easily to get influenced by anything.
youth getting involved with risky behavior, and it's that behavior that can have lifetime consequences.
Professor Ann Norris created the program Mighty Girls with funding from the National Institute for Nursing Research to give girls like Indira the tools to stand up for themselves, to be considerate, confident, and convincing.
I was kind of wondering, I think it's cool.
It's a combination of classroom and virtual reality gameplay, and it's really designed to build skills to help resist peer pressure.
The Dramarama game teaches girls the refuse skill, how to refuse being pressured to do things that they don't want to do. That means communicating with a confident voice and body language to match.
If your voice is big but you're slouching, it could change how people look at your response.
It's that getting stuck and not knowing what to say that can really make our children vulnerable.
Cecilia says the program has given her daughter the power to just say no.
I'm a mighty girl.
And mighty girls use their voices to make wise choices. Well, a study testing the influence of Mighty Girls is underway in 20 Miami-Dade public middle schools. Depending on the results, Norris hopes to expand the program nationwide. But, some of us take it for granted. It really is important to teach these young girls confidence and standing up. Yeah.
We don't have a pressure meter on us all, but everybody adjusts to that pressure in a different way. And some people feel it more acutely. Pretty cool.
Thanks, guys.